Volkswagen is back with an all-new generation California, and this is it. It's now based on the Multivan, which is the MPV, which has been out for a couple of years now. The exterior isn't really all that different. You do get things like the California badging here on the side, which is quite nice. There's going to be some interesting two-tone colors as well. There's plenty of solid colors, but you do have a couple of two-tone ones, including a really nice candy white over blue. Looks very, very stylish. You'll see that on the top spec Ocean models. There is going to be a couple of different powertrains available. There will be a 150 horsepower diesel, which is probably going to be most useful for those that are doing longer touring, bigger distances. There is also then going to be a 204 horsepower petrol engine. But the big news is that there's going to now be a 1.5 litre plug-in hybrid model paired with an electric motor on the rear axle. It's going to have 4Motion all-wheel drive, which is a big benefit for a lot of people, and that's going to be the most powerful version. That's going to have 245 horsepower. So there's going to be 3 powertrains, but having that electrified powertrain is going to be something that will appeal to some people. Now, Volkswagen hasn't said exactly how much that range is going to be. In the Multivan, it's around about 30 miles, 31 miles. This could be slightly less depending on the additional weight and things like that. We'll have to wait and see, but there's a couple of other great features we're going to show you through. There's going to be a couple of different versions available. There will be 3 different beach versions. Now, they will vary in how camper-like they are. It's going to start with basically a 6-seat version, which will have the pop-up roof like this. Now, the entry-level model, that'll just be a manually operated roof, but other versions like this higher spec Coast model will have an electrically operated roof. Now, the big thing is that this obviously has awnings on both sides. It's part of a new design concept they have, whereby you can actually open up 3 zones. So you've got your sleeping area up there, you've obviously got the inside, you've got this side here. You do get these very useful little chair and table setup, which can be stored inside. Got this very cool tent. This looks really nice when it's set up. You can just imagine this at the beach, how nice it's going to be. But the big difference really comes inside. Now, what they've done this time round is completely changed the whole kind of setup inside here. Now, the overall Multivan size, or the size of this California, it is slightly longer, slightly wider than the outgoing California, but it's still crucially under 2 meters in height. So that means it's going to be very easy to get into multi-story car parks. On these higher spec models, you can swivel the front seats around, so you can turn them around to meet whoever's sitting in the back, and you've got the 2 seats sitting in the back here. They're also individual seats now. Unlike the sliding bench that you had in the previous California, you now get individual seats. They still have ISOFIX points in both as well, though bear in mind, if you do have a kind of wide or bulky child seat, that may be a bit of an issue to have 2 in at the same time. A couple of other features you have, there's a very cool touch panel here on the side. So most versions will have this touch panel, and it allows you to control all the features that are inside. It's much more advanced than the older display that they would have had in the previous California. Another new innovation is that as well as that touchscreen display here on the side, you can also have a smartphone app that they've completely redone, and you can control all the different features on it. These higher spec versions will come with 2 leisure batteries in it, 2 40 amp hour batteries, in addition to the usual setup as well. So there's plenty of power to have on hand. We looked at one earlier on, showed 100%, and it had about 56 hours of energy in it. Now, obviously that will vary according to how you use it. You do have things like an auxiliary heater in higher spec models, and lots of USB ports as well, so you'll be able to charge all your devices. A couple of other things that are new, I'm going to get out of the way and show you this. This is the new kitchen unit. It is quite nice. It's a bit more streamlined than its predecessor. You still get a single gas hob here, you get a sink, there's more storage cutlery drawer underneath as well. There's a bit more storage in there too, and there is also a built-in refrigerator. The big thing, as you will have probably noticed, is that there's a door on both sides. This is really the big benefit of having using the Multivan platform. It has sliding doors on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you're getting in or which left-hand drive or right-hand drive. All versions of the new California will come with 2 sliding doors, so that's another big benefit. There are a couple of other really neat features that I quite like. So you've got LED lighting throughout the cabin, and also higher spec models will have lighting in the sleeping area upstairs. So this is currently turned all the way up, so you have plenty of, you know, you can stand right up here. I'm about 5'9". I'm not the tallest, but no issue at all to stand up in here. You still get the side windows here in the bellows that you can open up. It's open up on that side, and you get a large front one as well that you can either leave the mesh in or open up. So as before, what we've had with previous Californias. But there's also a really neat touch in that you can double tap the lights, and a bit like how you would dream of having it in your hotel room, it'll turn off all the lights at a single touch, and you can do that on any of the lights throughout the cabin. So that's a pretty neat touch. All of the seats have storage units underneath. They're not the biggest thing in the world, but it's nice to be able to get extra storage in there. Every little pocket you can fill with this. Also, if you don't want to have the rear seats in, you can lift them out. They're all individually configurable. You can slide them along the rails here. They weigh about 24 kilograms each, so they're not the heaviest thing if you do need to take out some or all of the rear seats. Around the back it looks pretty much the same, but you do get that new California badge across the back. There's a lot of space in here as well. So in here is your storage area. You're putting in your table chairs. You can slide those in. You've got a handy grab rail here as well. You've got your usual things. There's now a larger freshwater tank in this. So it's got a 28 litre freshwater tank. The previous California only had a 23 litre. So you've got 5 litres of more fresh water. So that's pretty useful. This has, for example, a drop down tow bar. So you have the little control there for opening the tow bar. And on the plug-in hybrid model, that actually has the highest towing capacity. It can pull 2,000 kilograms as well. So it's pretty decent towing capacity. You've got more storage underneath here, so you can put all your little odds and ends in there if you want to pack away. You've got this fold-out mattress as well, so you can lower down the 2 rear seats. They go completely flat. You can fold this out. It's not going to be the widest thing in the world, but you'll be able to get 2 people sleeping alongside each other there, in addition to what you have upstairs. Like we have in the other California models, there's extra storage in here as well. You've got some more lighting in there as well. It's nice that they're all lit up inside. Usual sort of finish. Pretty good quality actually. But yeah, that's what you have up here. On the lower grade versions, so the couple of the beach versions will have a pull-out kitchenette unit here. So rather than having that one, you still have a dedicated storage unit in the back that can pull out the kitchen unit. You'll still get a single hob gas cooker on that too. So pretty much all versions will have some form of cooking ability. So you get a wind out tonneau cover on this side as well, in addition to the tent that you can have on the other side. And it's pretty much the same format as before. So it's nice, pretty sturdy as well once you have it all set up and mounted up. You do have 230 volt shore power as well, so you can hook that up as well. If you are on a campsite and you want to run it off the power, you can do that. But bear in mind, some of the versions do have pretty decent leisure batteries in there too. Up front, it is pretty much the same as what we have in the normal Multivan. So you do have swivel seats. They have captain's armchairs here on it. And you've got the usual stuff. You've got a fully digital instrument display in front of you. You've got a large touchscreen display as well in the center console. And the big thing is, because these are all now fully automatic transmissions, regardless of which powertrain you choose, it means the drive selector is fitted onto the dashboard as it is on the Multivan. That saves a lot of space in the center console, gives a bit more freedom as well overall in the cabin, and the quality of the materials themselves are actually pretty good inside too. So that's our first look around the new Volkswagen California. It is a pretty cool camper van, and it's now been modernized that little bit more. It's more practical inside, it's got more interior space, and there's also now the advantage of a plug-in hybrid powertrain for those that want it. If you want to know more about the new California, head over to our website. It's CompleteCar.ie. You'll find it linked in the description below, and it's a great resource for finding your next vehicle. Thanks for watching.